keeping the commandments. You barely keep commandments, and you're really not keeping the commandments at all. Obeying feasts is not the methodology for salvation. And so I'm just going to tell all of y'all out there in Israelite land, that you have no education whatsoever to say the New Testament is false. You really need to hell up. Plain and simple. You really need to be quiet. All right. And we're going to talk about it. Number one, although the New Testament or the Revived Covenant, and we do have it transliterated back into the Hebraic. And this is why I encourage everyone to get yourself a Sefer translation of the Bible, okay? Because there was an attempt by the Council of Nicaea in Turkey, okay, to disrupt, destroy, and pollute and taint the message of salvation. First of all, many of you Hebrew Israelites don't understand types and antitypes. You don't understand methodology. You don't understand exegesis. You don't understand the difference between exegesis and eisegesis. You concept of interpretation, interpreting a scripture line upon line, precept upon precept. You don't understand the historicity behind the language, whether it was Paeolian Hebrew or Aramaic, even in the Greek in Koine, patristic, and classical. Okay, so you got classical, patristic, and Koine Greek. And I have a lot of issues with King James, but I appreciate those Hebraic scholars that was able to take from the Papyrus scripts and take them to Hebrew, because there's still the Hebrew mindset. There is still the Hebraic thought, the Hebraic mindset, okay? Even in the Revived Covenant. In the Revived Covenant is still the Hebrew mindset. So to you to feel threatened, and because Greek New Testament, as is written in King James Bible, threatens your pro-Hebraic mindset, it don't. So don't get threatened. See, I'll help you. See, there are some Hebrews who have been through both Hebraic schools of as well as Greek ran seminaries. The Bible was written in 6 manuscripts. You have the Chroming Cave Dead Sea Scrolls. You have the Septuagint. The Septuagint comprised of the Septuagint, Codex Sinaiticus and Codex Sinaiticus. All right, that's the Septuagint. They got the there is a another scroll that's Aramaic, the Masoretic Hebrew text. You got the Latin for the Catholic Church came up, and the Codex Sinaiticus or the Latin scripts, the King James was translated from. What is what I have the issues, and would you see words that were replaced? What do you mean? Well, the Latin Vulgate and the King James Bible basically was from the same manuscript. All right. It replaces words that didn't belong. For example, let me give you an example. One example. How many know the name of Satan? I've heard everybody say, including in the King James, that the fallen angel's name is Lucifer, right? Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that, right? Okay. Well, the word Lucifer should never have been there, because Hashatan angelic name is Hiliel. Hiliel. All right? It's not Lucifer. Lucifer is the name of a 4th century bishop. So the writer, when he was transliterating that text, he saw fit to throw shade and inserting the name Lucifer and not putting, he could have, instead of using the word Hiliel, he could have used the word Daystar. But instead, he used that opportunity to throw shade. And so he put the name of the 4th century bishop Lucifer in there. This is all facts. What's the other thing? Yeah. The other thing is that in the King James text, they push, as well as in the Latin, the Latin Vulgate, push Sunday worship. They say, they give you the thought that Yeshua was crucified and he died on a Friday, but early in the Sunday morning, the first day of the week, that he got up. And that's first of all, it's not possible, because y'all said, speaking of the Christian church, he died Friday and got up Sunday. Well, that's not 3 days and 3 nights. Okay. According to the original Hebrew text, according to and I'm gonna ask everybody just to mute for a minute, and then we're gonna open the floor, then you can unmute. But according to the Hebrew text, Yeshua was crucified, he was killed on a Wednesday. According to the Hebrew, that Wednesday, the Passover. That Wednesday, as the sun went down, it was going into the Passover, meaning the Shabbat. That was a Shabbat. Wednesday. They took him the tree and he buried him. 3 days later, which was Saturday morning, he got up. But your King James Bible is pushing Sunday. So what is the issue I have with the Latin Vulgate and the Texas Receptus, the manuscript that the King James was translated from? All of these Latin Greco texts pushes first day Sunday worship. And that's why your evangelicals are preaching Sunday worship. And this is why they're comfortable with worshiping in an assembly on a Sunday, because their Bible say it. But when you attack their Bible, not that you're attacking the true authenticity. First of all, I like to know King James only. Christians, I'd like to know where y'all get the word Jehovah from. Where do you get the word Jehovah from? You not Yahweh of Echad. Ashar, Ahaya, Ashar, Ahaya. I am that I am. But his name is Yahako. Yah for short. And Shah means salvation. Yahusha is Yah is salvation. Now, there are some discrepancies. Some say Yahweh Shai. I don't have an issue with that. We're not going to fight over that. Long as you're calling him Yah, Yaakov. Okay? Now, there are some of my Igbo brothers who is coming up with some other name. I'm not sure where you get this name from. But according to the Hebraic scripts, the eternal is his name is Yah. So, but we know that he don't have, Yahweh doesn't have, he don't have a language barrier. But my thing is, if you know his name, then why still calling him by a false name? First of all, it's faith that saved us. We was told his name was Jesus. We was told, believe in the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Believe in the death, burial, and resurrection. And that is not Christian concept for my Torah only brothers. That is Basora. That is gospel. Believe in the death, burial, and resurrection. Yahusha knew that the enemy was going to give off a false name. So salvation is not, the false name was not going to keep us from our faith reaching who he is. It was later that I found out that his name was Yahusha. And that's when I said, okay, we will no longer call him by this false name. People have a problem with that. But I want to address you clowns that don't, you read some little book, you think you know it all. A lot of you Hebrew Israelites are straight up bastards. And I got to help you. A bastard is a child who grew up with no father or no discipline. You're undisciplined. You're unruly. You're reckless. And that's why y'all out here in these camps, from these camps, cussing out white folk, calling them devils, calling them Esau. First of all, let me get y'all set straight right now. I'm getting tired. It's a false doctrine if you're saying Esau's the white man. No, stop that. Let me give you some education. What I'm about to say. Let's go. Let's go there. Yahweh. We all know who Yahweh's father was. Okay? Okay, we all know who Yahweh's father. Come on, text it in the chat. Who's Yahweh? I'm trying to. His father. Who was his father? Somebody can unmute and just say it. Who's Yahweh's father? Noah. Okay. Now watch this. Noah was a black man. All right.
That's right.
Okay. Watch me now. Noah was a black man, but Noah had an unusual, I don't want to call it a defect, but it was something that happened once in every blue moon. See, there was a problem with the fallen angels, the watchers, coming down and having intercourse with the women, and the hybrid race that were born usually were colorless. In other words, they were albino looking. They were albino looking. So when Noah was born, according to the book of Enoch, his parents got afraid because they thought they birthed a child of the fallen angels. And Yahweh had to tell them, no, I allowed Noah to come because Yahweh had something up his sleeve. So Noah, an albino African, all right, let's get that straight. Thick nose, thick lips, dreadlocks, but albino. Mm. He gave birth to Yahaphat. Yahaphat was a deep, dark, melanated man. Yahaphat decided after the flood to migrate towards a continent called Asia. I'm going to drop. Is it all right if I drop a nuclear bomb right now? I'm going to drop a bomb. Y'all ready for this? There is no such thing. I mean, hey, watch this. Everybody mute for a minute. Everybody mute. I'm going to watch this. There is, according to the scriptures, there are no such thing as a continent of Europe. I'm going to say that one more time. There's no such thing as a European continent. On the scriptures, according to the scriptures, what they call Europe, that's Western Asia. That's Western Asia, okay? But we're going here for a minute. Watch this. Yahaphat migrates into the cold region of Asia. That area that we know now as modern Turkic and Slavic land, Russia. Yahaphat dwells in the caves. And his generation, he had children, his children had children, and they became wild. Their behavior became reckless. They were demonic. They engaged in all types of illicit sexual behavior. That scent the Nephilim picked up. And so the Nephilim followed the scent. Watch this. Whenever you commit sin, whenever you habitually commit sin, it sets off a scent in the demonic realm. I felt that. So many of you are being attacked by demonic spirits. You say, well, I'm not sinning, but maybe you need to learn how to pray the prayer of canceling the sins of your forefathers. This is what is not being taught. But let's get back to these uneducated Hebrew Israelites. Because I'm tired of y'all saying Esau's the white man. The term white or Caucasian when Yahaphat moved into a colder region, he began to lose the vitamin D that only the hot sun provides. The less sun, your skin, your melanin begins to revert. And I notice when I haven't been in the sun or I lack vitamin D because I don't drink milk, so I have to take vitamin D herbs, or else I'll go to the doctor. The doctor says vitamin D is lacking. It show up in your blood and then splotches in your skin. Vitamin D is needed to maintain melanin. What happened with Yahaphet's people? They dwelt in the cold, less sun. They begin to go through evolution, a mutation and evolution. A mutation and an evolution. So you Darwinism, you people are a bunch of damn dummies. Y'all dumb. We did not, excuse me, Dr. Roseanne May, excuse me, I felt it, excuse my tongue. Maybe I think I need to have a glass of wine. So let me go here because I feel it. I feel it. Yes, I'm pouring my yak. Okay. Whew. You evolutionists, you Darwinism, y'all bunch of dummies. Maybe your sister came from monkeys, but my people, we didn't come from monkeys. Maybe y'all an experiment from a Martian laboratory. I don't know. But we're gonna share this with you. We did not come from monkeys. I don't care if your blood type is RH, the Reed stuff. That stuff don't mean nothing. All right? And they believe that, Dr. Mays. They believe that. So let's get back on this roast. Let me finish this roasting you folk. I'm done with you Darwinism. Let's get back to my fellow Hebrew Israelites. Caucasian people. Watch this. Yahaphat's family went into a that the sun was not shot. It was gloomy. It was always snowing, overcast, and they did not summer. So their families began to evolve. Skin began to mutate. So now you have a human being with lighter melanin. Lighter melon, and lighter melon, and a lighter melon. The same defect. I don't want to use the terms defect. That thing that was in Noah, it shows up stronger in Yahaphat when Yahaphat's relatives and his lineage began to mutate because of the lack of the sun. I have a nephew who's a albino. You have albinos with European features, and you have albinos with all African features. I've been over Nigeria plenty of times and seen, and they were Nigerian, but they were albino. So it's a mystery, but it's okay. Yahaphat's ancestors go into the cave and they mutate. And where these caves was? In the Caucasus Mountains of Russia. That's Asia. All right? And that's how the Caucasian came about. Their melanin changed to a paler because no D and no vitamin D from the sun. And watch this. Their hairs grew. Y'all knows what he's doing. So y'all fix it that the hair follicles would respond to the atmosphere change, so they begin to grow long hair. Long hair. You don't see natural long hair in Africa because of the climate, you bunch of dummies. So what the hell, y'all African Hebrew Israelites running around putting weaves in your hair because you're ashamed of your short hair? You are designed by like that. Long hair doesn't mean beauty. It's for protection. It's for protection. And this foolishness of identity hate, self-identity hate, has got to stop. It's steeped into white supremacy. And watch this. White supremacy is a secret society of the Khazarian regime. Okay. That's another topic. So those Yahfet, we know the nations that come through the lineage of Yahfet, Gomer, which is Germany, Muscovy, which is Moscow, Spain, Tarshish, Spain, Italy, France. They came about and created Europe. Europa. Technically, it was Eurasia. It was Asia, Western Asia. But then we got a bunch of dummies that says Africa was named after a Greek. Since I'm in a mood to roast, and we're gonna do it. We're just gonna roast a bunch of dummies. Africa was not named after Leonardo Scipio Africanus. Any Greek, Roman, when they conquered a land, they will take on the name of that land. So Leonardo, whatever his name is, when he got there, it was already Africa. He took the name of Africa because he conquered. But originally, the continent was called Akibulan. Then Abraham, watch this, had a wife named Keturah. And they had a child named Afri. And so the north continent of Akibulan was changed to a Hebrew name, Afri, which is where we get the word Africa. So Africa is a Hebrew name. Let's try that one more time. Africa is a Hebrew name. He was a son of Abraham, who had a child with Keturah, Afri. And y'all, I say this with all humility. I give honor to whom honor, because I was one time stuck like a dummy in the Christian church I went to Christian school, Christian Bible school, and it was Shaliach Akaya ben Yehuda who stuck with me and kept telling me, yo, we're Israel, we're Israel. And me being a Christian apologetics, I have degrees from school. I have a bachelor's and a doctorate. Okay, so you're not talking to no dummy. And I was giving Akaya ben Yehuda work. And he listened and said, listen, we're Israel. And then he started giving me facts that I couldn't refute. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I wasn't just in Bible college in school. Then I got to thinking, who runs the schools, the academic schools? White supremacists. So we had to unlearn the lies to learn. And it's not about, let's get back to this thing with skin color. Because the descendants of Yahweh, many of them migrated from that area and went and established countries such as Britain, the Brits. The word Great Britain. Britain in itself is a Hebrew. It means berith, covenant people. And that word, they were the Normans, what do they call them? It's a name, I can't think of it, that they call them. So they get offended if you call them Caucasians. They said we're not Caucasians, we are not Normans. It's a sub-name that they call themselves. But they claim lineage to the Israelites. Israel has a lot of melanin and non-melanin people connected. Bloodline Israel. Avraham was a black man. Isaac was a black man. Yaakov was a black man. We have to establish this and show the lies of the Khazarian people. They are converts. The Khazars are converts. The Rothschilds, the Sassoon family, they are converts. The Sassoon families were called crypto Jews. They are converts. And converted not to Torah, they converted to Talmud. And the Talmud is a satanic book. It is not Torah. Talmud was the practice of Babylonian mixture of Babylonian witchcraft, Nimrodian doctrine. Talmud is full of witchcraft. They push pedophilia. Right now, today. And let's tie this into this Ukrainian war. Any of y'all that say you stand with Ukraine, you're foolish. President Zelensky is an Ashkenazi. President Zelensky is an Ashkenazi Jew. Not only is President Zelensky Ashkenazi, but he's also a Nazi. He is a Nazi. Hear me, people. I don't care. I do not care. They ban me off of social media. Y'all, listen. Let me say this. I'm coming for you, Argentinians. Adolf Hitler was not a German. Adolf Hitler was Austrian. And he had Rockefeller, Rothschild blood in him. It was through rape. Let's move. At the close of World War II, he fled to Argentina. He fled to Argentina. He did not commit suicide. I think I need to put my prayer shawl on because I feel warfare. I feel body in the spirit. Try acting. But I'm for it tonight. I bind every witch and every warlock. My wife can tell you, I was traveling in the spirit all night. Didn't get no sleep. Yah took me out of my body. And he took me to a witch's coven. And I walked in there as his prophet. And I began to point and I command death on each wizard, each warlock, each witch doctor, each female witch. I said, death, death, no mercy, death, 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 death. And they died. And when I came in back into my body and I opened my eyes, my wife looked at me and I told her what had happened. She just shook her head. There are people out there bold with your satanic practices. And you haven't fared because the people have been relegated to these powerless Christian churches. But Yah's power is upon his true Hebrew Israelites. And he's waking his true prophets back up for warfare. So let me get back to this clown, President Zelensky. President Zelensky, his nation is a member of the Nazi Party. Watch this. NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, that was formed during the time when, it was the Cold War against Russia. And they formed something called the Warsaw Pact. So it's NATO versus Russia. Right? And that was Stalin and Lenin and Trotsky and Stalin and I can think of the other Russian leader, but then you have the leader right there now. What's his name? Putin, Vladimir Putin. In the early 90s, I kept this to myself. The mob began to deal with me about praying for Russia. Prayed for Russia. Vladimir Putin gave his heart to Messiah. He joined the Russian Orthodox Church. All through the Russian Orthodox Church that he's a member of, you see black portraits of disciples, a black Mary holding a black baby Yeshua. Original 2nd century painting. Now I'll explain to you why the Roman Catholic Church is behind the persecution of Vladimir Putin and what him destroyed and what Russia ran over. Number one, Russia in the 17th century, Tsar Nicholas sent ships to New York Harbor and San Francisco Bay to help the North defeat the South to end slavery. The Tsar of Russia did that. He said those people are the true Hebrew Israelites. They should not be in slavery. He helped end slavery. And you know what Britain and France did? Aligned themselves with the Rothschild and the Rockefeller Bank, and they raised up Lenin and Trotsky and brought in the Bolshevik revolution to Russia, and they overthrew the Tsar and killed his family, executed him, and brought in Bolshevism, which is, we don't believe in the Almighty, we're atheists, and that's what the Soviet Union was about. But it was Lenin. No, it was Stalin. Stalin was married to an Ashkenazi Jew, his wife. Stalin had some issues. He did some cruel things to his own people. It was Russia that rose up and fought the Nazi Party and defeated them in World War II. I'm going to say something. The Nazi Party then retreated to Argentina, and the leaders of the Nazi Party formed NATO. NATO was formed by the Nazi Party. Watch this. The Democrats, the underbelly support of the Democrats are Nazis. They're Nazis. America, the banking system is Nazi controlled. Your mortgage companies, your credit is Nazi supported. It's the Nazi regime undercover. And everything in America, if you understand what I'm about to say, is always painted Russia as an enemy. I'm going to say something. It always painted Russia as an enemy. But damn it, I'm going to tell you the truth. Russia never invaded an African country. Russia never invaded an African country. Russia never extorted Africans. But gave education and invited Africans to Moscow to learn freely. The Ashkenazi runs the media. They created the thug image. And so our young people is brainwashed by that image. The Oscars, all that stuff. Will Smith smacking Chris Rock. Is that all y'all want to talk about? Who cares? That's all Ashkenazi controlled media to brainwash you because you're distracted. They don't want you to see the big picture. They shoved this programming and this garbage, this rubbish down your throats. And oh, by the way, the churches preach what the Ashkenazi tell them to preach. All of your televangelists, all of them. The fat boy out of Texas, I can't think of his name. Stand with Israel. Stand with Israel. I sent the scathing rebuke to him. I said, don't y'all send me no more emails, no more requests. Because y'all don't know that Israel's right here in America. And the cops is killing Israel. John Hagee. And the rest of all of those evangelists. Only one who knew the truth and he spoke it one time, Oral Roberts. The late Oral Roberts knew we were the true Hebrew Israelites. So these people coming on here support Ukraine. So you want me to support a Nazi? Well, okay. You said Vladimir Putin is saved. He's a born-again believer. Why is he attacking Ukraine? Let me tell y'all what they're not telling you on mainstream Ashkenazi-controlled media. Are y'all wait? I'm going to say this one time. Ukraine, February the 5th, Vladimir Putin was summoned to China. He had a meeting with the Chinese president, and he showed them some video footage that the Chinese Secret Service had been monitoring Ukraine. Vladimir Putin found out that, number one, they are running sex child trafficking through Ukraine. You heard what I said. Number two, they are engaging in the opium trade, sex trafficking, and now NATO to park 1,800 nuclear missiles in the Ukraine, along with 15 biological laboratories. That's right. Facts. There's a bishop on YouTube that goes deeper into this. His name is Bishop Larry Gaithers. I encourage y'all to check him out. He goes deep into this information. And watch this. It's so deep in the black ops and the satanic rituals that our government, along with Ukraine, is involved in. Let me say this. Vladimir Putin had no choice but to invade. And guess what? There was a couple living in Ukraine when they were reporting that, oh, the Russian soldiers are killing citizens, and this, they called bishops live broadcast and said, we're in Ukraine. What they're reporting on the media is not true. I can't make this up. They were reporting on, look, all these body bags, these dead corpses. And the reporter didn't know that the camera was still on. They went for a break. And how about one of the body bag opened up and the dude's hand came out and lit a cigarette? What did Donald Trump say it was? Fake news. and your boy Joe Biden and that cum queen for his vice president. That's right, I call her a cum queen. She's a whore. She's a whore, a slut. She screwed her way every way she can to get to the top. That's right. Cum queen lot, whatever. And then some of our Hebrew Israelite sisters. Oh, the first black female. First of all, let me help y'all out with something else. Obama was not the first black president. Before Barack Obama, we had 6 black presidents. Abraham Lincoln was one of them. I'm gonna let that sink in for y'all. Abraham Lincoln was one of them. See, we got to do our studies. We got to know where the law. We got to know where the law. It's written fact. We have had 6 black presidents. Okay, we have had 6 black presidents. And you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised who they were. Abraham Lincoln was one of them. No, George Washington wasn't one of them. He was a devil. He was a devil. Hoover was black. But we're going to leave that alone for right now because that's not what I came to talk about. Eisenhower, yes. Yes. You Hebrew Israelites. Oh, yeah. Dr. J.A. Rogers wrote a book on the 6 black presidents. See, they want to hide this. They want to hide this. And that's why I'm not really going off on Kachanji becoming the first female. It's to her. But I'm not celebrating this nonsense. This doesn't move us as a people forward. You still have police when they see your melanin. They react in a hostile way. They're trained that way. That's the Nazi spirit. That's that Nazi spirit. Now, getting back to roasting my fellow Hebrew Israelites over the New Testament, you got to understand that Yashrael went through periods of captivity. And when you study and understand that the Basora, that Matthew, Marcus, Luke the physician, and John, they wrote, is really should be a part of the Tanakh. But of course the the Christian says is a part of the Basora or the New Testament. The New Testament, a better way to say, is the revived covenant, because the commandments to us was dead because of our sinfulness. And Yahweh said a substitution would be you must sacrifice blood, bulls and goats, and a heifer. And he put specifics, but even they became disqualified. Power of our sin was egregious. It was always in the thought process of Yahweh that he will come through his son Yahusha and save us. It is not religion. It is not a denomination. The Greek church do not own salvation. Let's get that together. It is Hebraic, even if it was under a Roman Greco captivity. Our people were Hebrew Israelites and remain Hebrew Israelites. Paul was a Hebrew. And his letters were just that, letters, not scripture. Let me say that again. Paul's writings to his sons that were ahead of churches, they were not scriptures. The Christian church and seminaries use them as scriptures, and that is erroneous. They were letters. But Paul never talked against Torah. He added a dimension of understanding and elevation and revelation as it pertains to Torah. But Torah does not change. Tanakh does not change. So properly as my and my fellow co-laborer, my friend Detroit, Dr. Kenneth Howard, he says we should refer to the New Testament as the revived covenant. So the Greco-Caucasians mindset with Christianity to erase our identity, that's not going to stand. But that don't give us the right to say the hell with the New Testament, because it's a better testament. Okay, let me give you an example. I'm going to use my spiritual daughter, Margaret, who's on here. I'm going to use her. I say, Margaret, I'm dying. I'm going to leave you my 3 houses. I'm going to leave you my 3 Porsches. And I'm going to leave you my 3 other businesses. And I put it in a will. The will is the proof or the testament of the testator. I'm the testator. I say what I'm going to give to her. The testament is a legal document. I take it to someone that deals with legal matters, and he stamps it. I sign it in his presence. He says, this is authentic. This is my will and testament that all my belongings, cars, businesses, money go to Margaret, my daughter. But somehow I get healed. I don't die. I go back to life. I gain more substance. I gain more businesses. I gain more cars. So we're now in the original testament, the first testament, Margaret would have had 3 businesses, 3 cars, and $3 million Now that I recovered and I lived on and I gained more. Now the 3 mil is 133 mil. Now the 3 cars is 3 dealerships. You know what I'm saying? So it don't replace, it's a better. You get more. I don't have to go through now from the old covenant. Based off the whole covenant, I was just damned because the blood of goats and bulls, my sin and my family sin got too much that the blood of goats and bulls wasn't good enough. But Yahusha, Yah saves. Yah saves. Yahusha, Yahawashah, his burial resurrection, his blood paved the way. For not only I have direct access now to Yah, but all of the blessings, and I have a right to tell the devil, get your hand off my finances, get your off my health and my family's. See, the warfare is already won, but you still got to go through it. You got to know what's yours, what belongs to you and I, as a blood descendant of Yahshua. So all of this argument and debate, we all still learning. We're all students. I pray for them folk on the street corners that you got to come from the bastardized mindset, because you got to get your life right with Yahusha and stop cussing these white folk out. Because you cussing these white folk out, you going to bust hell, probably beat them to hell first. Because I hate to say this, and I'm gonna open up the door. Some Christians going to make it to heaven quicker than some of you Israelites because your heart is too black. You're nasty. You're filthy. You need to repent. You need to repent of your sins and get your heart right and come to Yahusha. So I know I talked about it a lot, but going back, that thing with Ukraine, I'm telling y'all, yep, there's many people supporting the wrong person in this one. I know why Vladimir Putin is doing what he's doing. And them dead bodies that y'all see in the street saying, oh, the Russian soldiers. No, Russian soldiers did not do that. They are lying. They are lying. All right? And watch this. Let me show you the power of white supremacy. How is it? Y'all remember when them Haitians sought refuge in America? And what did America do? Oh, we ain't got no room. Get the hell out of here. And you saw those Caucasian, those white cops, white border patrol beating them Haitian refugees. But now we want to open our door to Ukrainian, the Nazis? Oh, because y'all a bunch of Nazis. Okay. Let's open the floor. Any questions, any comments? Let's do it. Dr. Mays, you have anything you want to share? Any comments? Did I keep it clean?
You did well, sir. Apostle wants to say something though.
Hold on 1 second.
But I will say I'm in full agreement, especially with the Russia-Ukraine stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just like, listen, I heard about all the stuff that Russia did not do concerning the transatlantic slave trade. And I'm just like, well, talk about what Russia did not. No, so I'm just like, okay, so they're not my actual.
Hold on.
So,
how many of you know who Nelson Mandela is?
Uh-huh.
Did you hear what he said? He put America on great blast. And he said Russia, when we were struggling for our time, Vladimir Putin and Russia came to our help.
Wow.
While the U.S. and Britain tried to keep apartheid going.
Yeah. Rabbi?
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to make a comment regarding, because I know you started talking about with the Hebrew Israelites and with, those that don't believe in the renewed covenant or the revived covenant. We have to, a lot of times the reason why they don't believe that, because it points at their sin. It points at, now it's not the letter, but it's about, or not the, it's not just about the law, but about what's been put on your heart and in your heart. And so a lot of our, a lot of those that are waking up or have woke up or have been in this awakening, they now have, I tell our assembly, we tell our assembly all the time that it's not just okay to be Hebrew by blood, but you have to be Hebrew by spirit. And so we have a lot of these, Hebrews that are not Hebrew by spirit. They're just Hebrew by blood. And even the scriptures tells us that we, first of all, shouldn't be arguing over pedigrees and over ancestries and things like that. So, and then I recall the scripture in Revelation. Where it says that he said some of them that call themselves Jews and who are not Jews, and we got to be careful. We have to be careful that we don't become Hebrew, calling ourselves Hebrews, but we're not Hebrew by spirit. You have to have the Ruach. You have to have the Ruach. Yahshua even told us that that spirit would lead us and guide us into all truth. And so we have to be careful. Because that's one of those abominable, damnable doctrines that is coming through, because the renewed covenant points out not just at what you're doing, but what's in your heart. And so a lot of people don't want to have, Yahshua said, it was told before time that if you, committed adultery, then it was a sin. But now, even if you look upon a woman, so now it's more in the heart than it is on the outside, and we still have Pharisees in amongst Israel. So we have to make sure that we don't find ourselves on that side of being a Pharisee and a Sadducee amongst Israel. So I just wanted to to say that while because we were driving and couldn't interact that much, but we're home now. But yeah, you did well tonight, sir. We still praying.
Praise Yah, praise Yah. Anyone else have anything they want to comment or share? To go, my other bread of life sister.
Hallelujah. Thank you so much. Let's see. Just a question: the Nazis originally from Germany or Russia, or
They are. Woo! They are originally German.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
They're originally from Germany. Rothschild. Let me see. The Rothschild original name is Baccarat. And then he changed the name from Baccarat to Bauer. And then from Bauer to Rothschild, which means red shield. And so y'all know the company name of the shampoo to do your hair, Margaret Vito Sassoon. Y'all know the company that for the women products, Sassoon. Yeah, the Sassoon family. Sassoon. Yeah, it's connected. They're connected to the they're connected to the Rothschilds, and the Sassoon began the opioid trade in India and China.
It's Vidal Sassoon.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what it was.
That's it.
They are.
Came out about.
Go ahead, say that again. Okay. Margaret, go ahead, say that again.
They froze up. Yeah, that came out. That came back sometime. That was during that time period when they first came out. That was during the 90s.
Yeah.
That came out, and it basically. When it came out, I was going to buy that shit. When I said, no. That's for the Caucasians. They ain't going to come out here.
Yeah. But the Sassoon dynasty, and still is today, is into the opioid. I'm gonna before I open it back up, I'm gonna share something with y'all. I remember that this is when I prayed, the Most High told me that Vladimir Putin gave his heart to Christ, and then I saw begin to see different pictures and him exposing the Russian Orthodox Church. I was like, whoa, right? And then I remember when the LGBTQ got mad because Vladimir Putin stood up and said, get out of Russia. You're not allowed. And they tried to make a bunch of noise, and Putin says, you're not bringing homosexuality here. Then they went to what's that country? They tried to come to Nigeria, and they went to Ghana. And those pastors, one of the pastors took out a sword and cut one of those LGBTQ people, cut their heads off, executed them. And you know what I said? I ain't mad at you. I understand. And so when they tried to bring the world press, African nations told them, y'all keep that in America. Y'all keep that with Obama. You're not going to bring this homosexual stuff here. We're not having it. And that's when I was like, and I was in Africa when that happened. I was like, yeah. Would you say, Sister Pinkett? Let me read her comments. Any country that doesn't agree with the agenda, they kill people. Exactly. Absolutely. And there's an agenda. That's why I knew this COVID thing was a setup.
Yes, it was.
See, I wish I had time to talk with y'all, to tell y'all, to show y'all. In fact, you know what? Let me get some thumbs up. Y'all want me to expose this thing with this COVID thing and Kobe Bryant? Because see, I've been sitting on this for a while. I try to talk about. Y'all want me to talk about it? I know you want to, Minister Martinez.
Talk about it.
All right.
This is the dollar. Yes.
All right. Well, a rabbi would love some love. So y'all can send a little something to my Cash App tonight. Because hey, show some love now. Come on, Cash App $ Yosef Yisrael #7.
You come see it at the house.
$ Yosef Yisrael #7. All right. There. Here we go. Y'all ready for this?
No, you already know.
Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready? Watch this.
Yes.
Watch this. Minister Martinez. Kobe Bryant was pushing him. Kobe. And Kobe is a Hebrew name. But I'll discuss that in another time. Kobe Kobe Bryant. All right, if y'all want to hear this information, just mute yourselves. I'm going to hit you. Kobe Bryant was involved with a satanic organization whose symbol was the serpent. He was pushing a book and the education called the Muse Cage. The Muse is a symbol of a serpent. It's a symbol of a serpent. And that's when he got his identity, Black Mamba, Black Serpent. It was a serpent. It's a serpent. Will kill you. Its venom will kill you. Kobe Bryant was set up to do business with China. Not only China, he was going to start a international basketball league, and the headquarters was going to be in China. Not only that, but he was suing an Ashkenazi ran pharmaceutical company. He had a lawsuit. And he was scheduled to testify the day before he died. He died, I forgot what day it was, but the next day he was scheduled in court to testify against this Ashkenazi pharmaceutical company. Kobe Bryant was also entering into a business with Red China, and it was going to be the headquarters for the startup of this international basketball league. It would have been successful because Kobe Bryant would have been the commissioner, and his name alone is star power. Now, who runs the NFL? Khazarian Jews. Who run the NBA? Ashkenazi Khazarian Jews. Who runs all the sports in America? Ashkenazi Khazarian Jews. Who runs the banks? Ashkenazi Khazarian Jews. Well, Kobe was a threat to them. And if Kobe Bryant would have been successful in starting that league in China, it would have took dollars from the NBA. So they sent out a cryptic threat. Y'all check the records. You know I'm not lying. There was a cartoon of Kobe Bryant dying in a helicopter crash. And y'all saw it. He was in his Laker uniform and had an NBA trophy in his hand. On the cartoon. How did he die? In a helicopter crash. But let me share this with you. That crash, I'm about to say something. That crash was not due to mechanical failure or because it was foggy out. Vladimir Zelensky's father helped develop a microchip that you punch this code in with this microchip, it could bring any plane or helicopter down. Did y'all hear what I just said? And I believe those devils brought that helicopter that Kobe Bryant was and his daughter and the other down by the stroke of a computer. They killed him. That's why Yeshua calls these people the synagogue of Satan.
Of Satan. That's right. That is right.
They will kill you. And the hell with them anyway. Y'all stole our identity. And you want to call us anti-Semitic? How in the hell I can be I'm sorry, Dr. Mays, I'm feeling it. How can I be anti-Semitic? Well, I am the real Shemite.
Come on.
Our people, Ashanti, the Igbo, and some other tribes right in Nigeria.
Yep.
So don't go there talking about anti-Semite. The hell with the state of Israel. I'm a part of the nation of Israel.
That's right.
I said it. I'm not a part of that damn state of Israel where the world's largest LGBTQ community, and you call yourself a holy people, you're a bunch of damn devils. You're Satan's seed. Because Yah's children do not agree with homosexuality. A man looks at a woman and go, whoo. But not y'all. Y'all look at another man and go, whoo. You're a bunch of damn devils. All right, the floor is open. I'm sorry. Sorry, Margaret. I'm sorry. I had to go in.
Now, but see, here's the other part, though.
Come on, prophet.
I heard the apostle say something when he said those that claim to be us are the synagogues of Satan. He wasn't talking about the people. He was talking about those over there in that land claiming to be the chosen ones.
And guess what? Those that are here in Philadelphia wearing the tassels, white shirt, black pants, Orthodox Hasidics, y'all are false. Y'all false.
That's right. They are. We're talking about the ones that call themselves the white people in the country.
See, let me share y'all. Let me share this with y'all. All right. World, I keep seeing this. The Ashkenaz, the Rothschilds, they're trying to provoke Russia in the nuclear exchange and make it no Putin. Let me share this with y'all. Vladimir Putin is a man's man. Okay? There ain't no punk about him. He said if you see, the media won't tell the real truth. But I'm blessed to have found out some secrets and information. What would you do if your enemy shows up on your front porch with guns and bombs? What are you going to do? Sit here and pray? No, you're going to go on the offense.
Time to battle.
Exactly.
Right.
So watch this. Oh, John, you messing me up. See, I wasn't going to say this, but thanks, Prophet John. Now I'm going to say this. Rabbi Prophet John is making me say this, y'all, and I'm going to have to say it. Did you know Ukraine is where old Khazaria was?
Yep.
Let me say that again.
Mm-hmm.
Ukraine is where Khazaria they write Khazaria off the map. And they wrote in there Ukraine. But it's Khazaria.
Uh-huh.
And that's where the false synagogue. See, so hold on. How did Hezekiah ben Yehuda? Because I'm going too far. Hezekiah ben Yehuda. Help me out, sir, because I'm going in. See, I got this fire because of him. See, I was all docile and calm as a Christian preacher. And Hezekiah ben Yehuda, man, I'm telling you, we are Israel. We're Israel, man. We're Israel. I'm like, calm down, man. Calm down. Come on, man. I'm in the church. Man. Then he said, man, you keep on that Christianity. I can't fellowship with you, man. And I'm like, dang, man, but you my bro, man. Yeah, man, but I'm not a Christian. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm a Messianic. Then I get the truth. He been telling me for years, I get the truth. Call him up. Yo, Shaliah, guess what? I found out. He said, what apostle? We're Israel. I said, the hell with Christmas, hell with Easter. He started just shouting and speaking in tongues. So I got that fire from him. But the false Jews. See, let me tell y'all something. I asked Messiah when I woke up, Dr. Mays, when I woke up, I was like, why did you let me all these years go to seminary? He said, because I was going to use you to debate for a season. Do you know I destroyed 5 Ashkenazi rabbis in a debate? Destroyed them. I said, number one, I'm setting the rules, not you. Number one, you're not going to use the Talmud. It's satanic. You're not going to use the Kabbalah. It's satanic. We're going to deal with Torah. And then we're going to bring in this book. There's only 12 tribes. What's up with your boy? What's up? And oh, man, wipe them out. Wipe them out. Me and another brother. Adam Salazar. We just went in and debated this boy. This one boy, I feel like beating somebody up. I'm looking for him like, you want another debate? But they don't want to mess with me now. I can't find that on the debate. Ryan Dalton debated that Ashkenazi rabbi. Harry Rosenberg destroyed him. Then my aunt Maury, Dr. Kelly, Richardson Kelly debated him. Destroyed him. I went and looked for him. He don't want no more. He don't want no more smoke. I ain't got nobody else to debate. See, my people need taught. See, the late right. Doctor, what was his name? Dr. What's that doctor? He said, my equals I debate, all others I teach. Who said that statement? You know who I'm talking about, right? I can't think of his name, but he was into he's into the black not Dr. Ben Yosef. He was a Hebrew Israelite. I gotta look this thing, but he made a statement. He said, my equals I teach, all others. My equals I debate, all others I teach.
John Henrik.
Dr. John Henrik. Yes. He was awesome. But at the end of the day, our people are dealing with inward hatred. The hatred of self.
They are.
We're killing one another. Our young people are under the control of CERN. Now I'm dropping something. You're so angry when you see another person of color until you shoot and kill. Not just in Philly, but in Detroit, Baltimore, New York, all of these so-called inner cities. And it's because the real men of Israel has not stood up yet. And it's time that we stand up. And you know what the shame is? The Nation of Islam leader. How is it that Elijah Muhammad knew that we're Israel, but they followed the Quran? Don't understand that. But he was teaching that we're Israel. Minister Louis Farrakhan taught that we were real Israel. My Rissa Islam teaches that we are the real Israelites. Okay, Shalik Akaya bin Yehud, you got your hands up. Go ahead, sir.
This isn't necessarily a point, but there's something that I needed to say. I feel like the Almighty's giving me to speak. And you mentioned CERN. Many of our people are under the influence of CERN and of the hatred and the killing. I want to also share this. Back in the 80s, when I was walking the mission, the Almighty spoke to me and told me back then that rap music was going to do to our people, the Israelite people, what satanic rock and acid rock and all that other stuff did white folks. You know the Ashkenazis is in control of that. You know that. You already know that. And it's definitely designed to destroy. The Almighty told me our people was going to be demoralized. They would no longer have respect for their parents and for elders, and it was going to do our people. I've watched it over the years. Hip-hop is the worst thing that any Hebrew Israelite can listen to. But yet, many of our Hebrew, and even some of our well-known scholars that are Hebrew Israelites, continue to rap and promote rap and doing hip-hop. I have to say this, just like you cannot serve the Almighty and Mammon, you cannot serve the Almighty and wiles of the devil either. You can't. The two don't agree. There's no fellowship with light and darkness. We know these things, but yet when it's presented before us in things that we kind of like, people kind of like, we excuses for, and we have to get rid of hip hop out of our communities, because look at the people. When we were coming up, we didn't call our women bitches and whores and all that stuff.
Come on, sir.
We didn't do that.
No, we
didn't call our brothers, what's up, dog?
Nope.
Four-legged, nasty. Yeah, that's right. It eats its own vomit and poop. Didn't do that. That's my dog. And nigga, those used to be fighting words. We call these niggas like crazy now. And like a term of endearment. It's like turning our people, becoming totally backwards. It's time for our people to begin to recognize the things that pertain to the Most High as the things that pertain to the Most High, and we have to separate those things. Righteous from unrighteous, holy from unholy, yali from unyali. There have to be a a distinction. Too many of our people are walking that line that they say 1 foot in, 1 foot out. No, don't work that way.
Yeah.
Don't work that way. And Rabbi, I'm telling you, this is the things that you're exposing tonight. I know you, even to me right now, I feel like there's more that needs to be said, but it's like the Almighty might be holding you back a little bit right now. It's like either he's holding you back or you withholding because you don't want to say certain things. I'm not sure which one it is. But I know that there's so much more that needs to be spoken, especially when it comes down to service. Rabbi, you just got to blast. You just got to blast it. You just got to put it on out there and let the chips fall where they may. And you got back up. I'm telling you right now. You got back.
He's right. Go ahead, sir.
People need to understand that some things that is in the New Testament has been twisted. Also, you got to know the difference between what is correct, what isn't. There's the oh my goodness gracious me, the Council of Nicaea. They decided to pervert a lot of the things that was written. They wanted to put in what they want and took out what y'all actually said. And there's so much stuff going on. People are confused, man. It's like one of the things that's wrong with a lot of Torah Center brothers. They're confused.
Yeah, I see it.
Because when you read Torah, certain things in Torah, it don't line up with the New Testament.
That's right.
And then other things do line up with the New Testament. And it was designed that way by the Council of Nicaea. But what Yahshua said was not one jot, not one tittle of the law shall perish from the law to all be fulfilled.
Right.
That's okay. I knew it's over here. You said come on.
Listen, Rabbi, I'm leaving it alone right now. I'm leaving that alone. I'm going to stop right there because you got so much more to say. I just know that you do.
Well, I'm at my end, but I'm gonna say this. Shoot, I'm at my end, but I'm gonna say this. I want to make myself. I know I shared a whole bunch, and trust me, we're gonna go back over a lot of stuff in the coming broadcast. Yeah. But okay, this is going to be the heaviest one, and I'm not going to be able to elaborate tonight.
Okay.
But I'm going to share this. The 9/11 catastrophe, when those planes flew into those buildings. Listen, don't even waste your time with this that's trying to say those planes was empty. You're missing the point. The planes went into the buildings, but that's what didn't bring the buildings down. Weeks before September the 11th, I need y'all to listen, because I'm going to say this. Mossad agents were seen going in at midnight, leaving around 3 a.m. in unmarked vans. Let me say that one more time. Weeks before September the 11th, Mossad agents were seen going in and out of World Trade Center 1 and unmarked vans. Well, what were they doing, Rabbi? And the Most High showed it to me as well as I got verbal confirmation. They're lining the elevator shaft and certain areas where with military-grade explosive. Now, let me tell you, after the buildings fell and the fires was put out, what they found. They found nanothermite, residue of nanothermite at ground zero. World Trade 1 and 2. Now you say, what's Rabbi, what's nanothermite? I'm glad you asked. That is military grade explosion designed to bring buildings and structures down. Did you hear me, Prophet Shaw? Nanothermite is military grade explosive for bringing buildings and structures down.
Buildings down fast.
Exactly. So it wasn't Al Qaeda. It wasn't what's the Osama bin Laden. He was a patsy.
No, it wasn't. That was a setup.
I'm gonna tell you who did it. The state of Israel.
I told you.
Those false
They helped came over here.
people. Mossad did it.
Come on
In
now.
fact,
Right.
I found something out that there was a one of our military planes that got shot down was shot down by an Israeli plane.
That's right.
See, I'm not the one. I'm not scared of nobody. I'm gonna talk what I talk. I'm gonna talk what I talk. Because I know y'all the bunch of damn devils. Y'all the synagogue of Satan.
That's
Y'all
right.
the synagogue of Satan. I want one of y'all to approach me on the street and ask me why am I wearing a talith? Why do I wear tzitzis? Because it's my custom. My Torah, the Torah that was given to my ancestors, commanded us to wear our hair coverings, our taliths. I want you to ask me, why am I wearing what I wear? See, that's the difference.
Come on now.
Rabbi Prophet Shaw, and Akai Ben Yehuda, do you know when I was in the Christian church, I could not grow a beard. I could not. It was always a little piece here, a little piece there, and a little. You remember. But when I accepted the fact that I was a child of Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, that I was a Hebrew Israelite, that's when my beard grew. And I ain't cut it since. Dr. Roseanne, you got anything you want to share? I've been behaving enough. I ain't cuss. I'm done.
That was actually me that said our heritage.
Huh?
That was me that said our inheritance.
It's a heritage.
Yeah, that's our heritage. Yeah, they steal everything. They
It's still
trying to steal everything.
Almost made me say something.
It's called white back.
Why? Well, I would say something. See, it's too heavy for people to even really understand that Hitler didn't commit suicide like y'all said. Really escaped to Argentina. He escaped to Argentina. See, both the ones, but see, Hitler knew that we were the real Israelites. Hitler knew it.
Yeah.
He knew it. He wrote it in the book.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
So these folk, these people that's into, see, I want to go deep into them being a part of the sex trafficking and the selling of Black Hebrew Israelite baby parts, the children that they selling a liver, selling a lung, selling limbs, and they're practicing experiments. See, I shout out to y'all pro-Americans. Shout out to y'all pro-Americans. All right. I remember my uncles slowly dying. I saw this with my own eyes because I watched America spray my uncles while they was in Vietnam with a chemical called help me out.
Agent Orange.
Agent Orange. Thank you. Agent Orange. I watched this. I watched that. Prophet Shaw, you showing off with their lights in the background. I like that. But I many spreading cancer way before COVID hit. If y'all remember, you see planes dropping chemtrails, radiation, dropping all of this, and we breathe in this poison in. How many times have it come out that they poisoned our foods, as well as the soil, as well as the water supply? But the day of judgment, I wouldn't say to Yahweh, I'm an American, or I'm a Brit. I wouldn't say that alone may judge you straight up.
That's right.
Because of atrocities that this nation. And I'm gonna say something else. I'm gonna backtrack and repeat something I said earlier. Ku Klux Klan, the Ku Klux Klan is not a white supremacist organization. It is a Khazarian organization. They want white folk, black folk to be in each other's neck. Because you know why? They hate all of us. The Rothschild, the Rockefellers, they're about world domination.
Yeah.
And Russia knew it from the beginning.
Okay.
So y'all be against Vladimir Putin if you want. And then some of my ox, they's like, I don't give a F Ukraine and F Russia. Well, okay, fine. I'm, you're a little less intelligent, so you stay on the other side. You belong in first grade. You belong in first grade, so you got to learn about Messiah and Torah. You let the big dogs understand this. Right. Why do you think America had Gaddafi assassinated? Gaddafi was sharing his wealth with everybody. Everybody was patient. And the Rothschild and Rockefeller Bank did not want that. So they had that man executed. Everyone that opposed the Rockefeller and the Rothschild banks became the enemy of the world. Thus, Russia.
Right.
Y'all better believe. You believe these lies that they put on TV. And all of this homosexual shows that's promoting same sex. Listen, if y'all lets me, I wish that I wish I could rent an apartment from y'all on Mars. I will move my family and get the hell up out of here. Because I'm telling you, judgment is coming. The very fact that y'all push homosexuality. If y'all don't judge America, he's going to have to apologize to Sodom and Gomorrah. Did y'all hear what I just said? He going to have to apologize to Solomon and Gomorrah. So I'm in Akoti, Deborah, Makai, you have anything you want to share? I'm going to open the floor before I close. Anybody else have anything you want to share?
Yes, I did.
Go ahead, share, sis. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Then you have also Apollo. Apollo, you have his wife. You know, they want to make statues out of them, and this is what was being sent back to Apostle Paul.
Yeah.
These people while he they did not follow behind the Moses
Yeah.
given down.
Hold on. Sister Margaret, let me say this. Let me say this. I want everybody, I'm glad she said that. I want everybody to hear this. The Mosaic Law. Okay, I have some feedback. The Mosaic Law is not Judaism. It is not Judaism. So-called Judaism is from the Talmud. It's from the Talmud. Sister Deborah, you had something you wanted to share, sis?
Yes. You said about the judgment is coming to America. So
wait a minute. Hold, stop. Is this my blood sister, Rabbi Deborah?
Yes.
Oh, you hiding from me. All right, sis. All right. I'm so happy. Rabbi. Go ahead, speak, sis. Go ahead, sis.
Shalom, everyone. Judgment surely is coming to America for all the atrocities that they have done and are continuing to do, even today behind the scenes, some right out in the open. And it's imperative as we prepare for Pesach, Passover, that we also prepare for Exodus. We need to get out of the major population cities. Okay, we need to get out. He said, come out from among them. We won't be partaker of her judgments because judgment is coming. You can't pray it away. You can't fast it away. It's coming. And we don't want to be partaker of their judgment. So we need to get out of these major population cities and get to a modern day Goshen. Okay. And pray that Yah count us worthy to be among the elect to escape what's coming, because it's coming.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. My sister from Breda. Go ahead, sis.
Babylon is falling.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, thank you very much. What I found was an revelation that I think I got here about Japheth's descendants. We all supposed to be melanated and brown skin to begin with. God made us originally humans melanated. But since Japheth's descendants migrated north, it defected the skin color gene from brown to white. So it's really a genetic defect. I don't know if that's a sin for Japheth's descendants to move north or not. So up to today, white people were never meant to be white-skinned. I believe this is a genetic defect, disease, or something like that. So, yeah.
Okay. I put it to you like this. According to the original plan, even though Japheth decided to move north and change the direction of the original, it was always, my sister, it was always about the inward man, about your spirit. It was always about salvation, dealing with your soul and your spirit, obeying Torah and following Elohim from inward. And the reason why we bring that out, and the only way I deal with when it comes to physical genetics is coming at, I almost cussed, God forgive me. These GT, these damn lion Khazarian people, okay, who walk around like they crap don't stink, but they look at someone like my bishop from Africa, and they look at Apostle Shaw, Prophet Shaw, and other melanated people and deeper dark melanated people, and we claim Israel, and then the state of Israel, they're fighting because they want to keep that land for posterity because they got it because of a lie. Well, wait a minute. We're talking about NATO. How did Khazarian, the Rockefellers, Rothschild, get the land of Israel? A lie called the Balfour Declaration. Versailles Treaties and the Balfour Declaration. Okay? See, Hitler, they asked Hitler to write the Balfour Declaration. And Hitler said, no. Hitler said, that's not my land to give y'all. And y'all not the people of that land anyway. But that's why the late King Nassar said we will never accept these Jews because they're lying bastards. And Hitler said they're liars. So when any people make it about race or skin color, the agenda is not truth. The agenda is to keep a certain agenda going. Rabbi, you still with Rabbi Micaiah? Oh, I love that last name, Micaiah. You tricked me, sis. You tricked me. But I was just thinking about you. I said, where is Rabbi Deborah at?
I'm here. I do want to say this. It is about keeping Torah. The nationality, you can be adopted into the family, but Yah never has forgotten or forsaken his plan. He's going to come back and fight for Israel. And what the system, Yah made the human race, Adam and Eve, they were melanated. Okay?
Yes.
He made them from the dust of the ground, which is brown. Okay. There were no white people. Okay. There were no white people. And I wanted to say that everything that's walking this earth is not human. Humans have humans.
Oh my God.
Right. I'm gonna leave that alone.
No, you started. See, you start. Oh my God. Rabbi Dr. Deborah Micaiah, you are a troublemaker, just like Shaliach Akaya ben Yehuda is a troublemaker. You don't realize that was going to be my next Zoom, because if y'all don't understand what she just said, the human race has been not only visited, but we now have another competing race that is not human.
Yeah.
They are
Right.
they are what you call they are of another race. They are what is that word? The word I'm looking. Hold on for a minute.
Hybrids,
Huh?
hybrids.
A hybrid race. Yes, baby.
Yes.
Okay.
Descendants of the giants,
Descendants of the giant, the hybrid race,
the Nephilim.
the Nephilim.
Right.
It's still among us, y'all. It's still among us.
And they're multiplying. They are multiplying. In fact, that's why I want to talk about my next Zoom. In fact, the Ashkenazis are very well infiltrated with them. All right. So watch this. And I'm gonna say this, and I gotta close. It's past my bedtime. I gotta go to work tomorrow. How about they found something on the planet Mars that resemble a man and a woman, and the man was hugging the woman, shielding her as something descended. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that on next Zoom, because the mysteries are getting bigger, and the strangeness is getting more strange. But if you follow Torah, if you follow Tanakh, and be obedient to his law, statutes, and commandments, receiving Yahusha in your heart, I'm going to tell y'all something. You won't be led into captivity. And my last crack at you, Christian, how come your leader, the Pope, they're studying the stars, knowing that something is coming to this planet, and the Pope said, we are welcoming them and we're going to make the aliens Christians? What y'all Pope said. He said it. So we gotta close tonight. Again, if you feel led to be a blessing to us, my Cash App is $ Yosef Yisrael 7, $ Yosef Yisrael 7. But we will be back, and we're gonna deal, because of Rabbi Deborah Micaiah starting trouble, we're going to go deeper into that. There are 9, let me share this. There are some people a part of our government that's not human. But we'll talk about that next time.
That's right.
Shalom, everybody. Shalom.
That's true.